Me encuentro otra vez. ¿Dónde está? A ver, para la transmisión. Okay. Well, let's start. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great. Unbelievable, but we are in the last session, believe it or not. Okay, so how are you doing? Hopefully everybody at home, safe, right? And now let's see what we have to do this week. Let me see some of my information. Let me share with you screen. Okay. Here we are. All right, let's see what we're going to see in the Learning Forum. All right, here we are. It says, well, in this forum, you'll have the chance to share your doubts, comments, or suggestions about the different topics we've seen during this module. Me, I'll be in charge of checking, and even though it's not something that I'll be evaluating, it's very important to participate, all right? In this last week, it's important to identify what you've already learned and what is what you would like to continue learning. It's important here to share with your partners, your classmates, okay, the different skills about writing, reading, listening, and speaking, and the way you have developed them, and if you've changed your opinion about the use of a second language. Remember that since the very beginning I told you that English is a tool. You have to see it like a very powerful tool that helps you access to job opportunities, or to have the chance to travel, to know about other cultures, or to let other cultures know about our beautiful country that is Mexico. So do remember that we have to participate in here. All right. It says, well, you have to ask and answer questions about the different aspects I already mentioned, and remember all the time to do it in a respectful way. All right, if we go back to the previous one, let's see what's the project about. It says my biography. All right, it says my biography and know yourself. Okay, it says here that we express in very few words our life, yeah, to know each other, right? Who are you and where you go? And it's always important to reflect on these aspects. What you are going to deliver is your autobiography in English, written and spoken. Okay, and activities in present, past, and your future plans. And as always, well, we download the format, my biography, click. Okay, it's opening. Here we are. I close this, and this one, and it says, okay, my biography. Answer the questions about your past, present, and future. Illustrate each section with a photograph or image representing that stage of your life. I love this activity because it's always nice to know or to see or to recall about things we've done, okay? Remember that the picture, if it's not real one, you can take any image that represents something about your past. And here you have some of the questions. Let's see. I'll help you. As always, remember, this is past. Where were you born? Well, in my case, I was born in Toluca. Where did you live? Let me erase this. Where did you live? I used to live in the downtown center. All right. I don't know if some of you know Toluca. Toluca is a very industrial city, but it used to be called Toluca la Bella. I'm afraid that is not anymore. But I had the chance, I remember, to walk around all the downtown center. It was very safe to play with my friends in the street. A very typical and normal childhood, but it has changed a lot, and now with the pandemic, well, more. What were you doing before starting Prepa en Línea SEP? Oops! Well, this one is very personal, this is you. But in my case, I was working as an English teacher for different universities. You see why it's important to check twice? Universities. Period. Don't forget the period. It's always important when we finish a sentence, okay? And then it says, my achievements, what you've done, what you've reached your goals, okay? It says, paste a picture here. As I said, it's not necessarily a real one. You can take any image that represents your idea. And it says here, what were the 3 most important achievements in your life? Oops. I think that one of the most important achievements I've got are becoming a teacher, becoming mom, etc. Right? And it says, write about an experience which you have overcome some difficulty. Let me see, what would it be? Okay, like a tale. Once upon a time, I was working under big pressure and I got sick. I spent, as you can see, I'm using past and past continuous in here. I spent a few days in hospital till I recover. Obviously here you have to expand a little bit more your answer, but more or less that's the idea, right? And after that, that would be my present and what I want to accomplish. Remember that in here what we are checking is the correct use of past, the correct use of present, and the correct use of future. It says my present and what I want to accomplish. All right, again, you paste a picture here, describe your school and work routine. Well, in here I can say every day I wake up at 6 and take a shower. As you can see, I'm using here the present simple because I'm talking about a routine, so on, so on. What do you do in your free time? Oops, I love reading. I love reading in my free time, right? Period. I should include more information, but remember, this is just an example. What new skills or challenges are you trying to overcome? Definitely, okay, a new skill I'm trying to overcome, no, to get is resilience, right? Why? Because it's this attitude towards life when you face difficulties. Definitely, it's never give up and continue with your life. I would say because of the pandemic. And then it says, write about any difficulties in this moment of your life. What I say, my resilience, to spend something I have found really difficult is not to have contact with people. I am a very close person. That means that if I see you in the street, or the normal way I greet you is like kissing, like hugging, and now you have to wear this cloth mask. You have to respect certain distance. So that I think that that would be a very difficult thing for me. I have to find another way to express my feelings or my love to my students or any other person. What are you doing to overcome those difficulties? Well, looking for learning to use emoticons to express my feelings. That would be an example, right? And then it says in here, my future and my goals and plans. Oh, this is very interesting, and I have been reading your work, your pieces of work, your activities, and I love checking what your plans are, because all of you are very courageous and continue studying. What are your plans after completing Prep en Línea SEP? Well, in my case, to continue being a teacher, but I think in your case, you'd be planning to continue with a career. Yes, check the options, check something that you really love doing, and make it your career. Would you like to study for a degree? Which one? Which university? This is very important one. I think that you will find many options right now, not only like physical but online. So I strongly recommend you to continue, because at the very beginning I think it was kind of difficult to get used to technology, to get used to time, schedules, and dealing with family, with work. But now you are used to that, and the idea is that you continue, right? And I'm sure that if you have already finished with your Prep en Línea, well, once you finish that, you continue with your degree. What challenges will you have to face to achieve your goal? I think again the pandemic, the way we are interacting, technology, but that would be less difficult than in the beginning. Write a half-page reflection on what you learned during the modules Mi Mundo en Otra Lengua and Mi Vida en Otra Lengua, and how they contributed to your formation. As I was telling you in the social forum, I hope that my participation, my interaction with you help you to realize that English is a tool that will open many doors, and on the other hand, is a business language that we use, right? When talking any kind of interaction you have, English is the one that you use. I have had the chance to visit different countries, and it hasn't been that difficult to talk with people, because basically, but they know English at least, right? And this one, very important, record the questions and answers of your biography as well as the reflection. Save your audio in a cloud and share the link in this space. Remember, do not exceed over than 2 minutes. I already recommended you different platforms to check, listen to the pronunciation, and then record yourself and listen to your pronunciation. Compare and correct if necessary, because at this stage of our class, of our course, it's very important to show or to demonstrate certain domain of the language, all right? Well, here we go. Minimize it, and your name and everything. Also remember that once you finish this and you want to send it again in order to get a better grade, it's important that you do it in the first days of the week. Otherwise, we have the problem that if you leave it in the end, I have a bigger number of activities to check. All right. Now, in here you can see a different forum. That is the one of integration. That is my struggle. Let's see what is this about and what we have to do. All right, my struggle. Sounds like a title of a novel or a book. During these weeks, Mi vida en otra lengua, you've learned how to express situations that are happening, actions in the past, and plans for the future. You've practiced your reading comprehension, your listening comprehension, your speaking, and your writing. To integrate all of this knowledge, right, in this forum, you are going to share completely in English with your partners, yeah? 3 sentences in which you express about any activity that was difficult for you or any situation that you felt afraid, and in the end you overcome and you did it, you got it, right? The different learning experiences that you got with this situation is one of the many skills you acquire, right? For this, we are going to express with sentences or expressions related to the past, the present, and the future. Let's see. Here we have the example, okay? Write or participate at least 4 times. And here it says, the first is to talk about any situation in the past in which you have difficulties, like the ones you are living and the way you overcome it, in any purpose to the future. It says, example, when I was 7 years old, I remember I was so scared of darkness, right? Now, I enjoy the rainy days when the power is off and I can enjoy the silence. I will teach my children not to fear of the darkness. This is a very common example. Many people, I know many people, I think one of my sons is afraid of darkness, and it doesn't matter that he is an adult, he continue feeling that way, all right? So let me see, in my case, well, when I was a child, I remember being really scared of rats. I hate rats, and I know that it's an animal that if it's not under danger or something, it's not going to attack you, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Even if you send me an image, I just hate it, okay? So now I don't enjoy, but I can see them in the distance and I control myself, because when you become a mother, you don't want to teach that to your children. So I try to control, and in the future, I will teach maybe my grandchildren not to feel afraid of these animals, because it's like any other animal, right? In our world. All right, that's the first one. The second one, your second participation, you have to state 3 questions to a partner about what he or she shared, with the objective or the purpose to know or to get more information, all right? You have to, well, in here you have to use what you've learned, right? In Mi mundo en otra lengua. Example, hi Laura, I have some questions for you. What did you feel when the lights went out? What helped you overcome your fear of the dark? How will you help your children not to fear the dark? So, remembering here, look, what did you feel? It's in past. What helped you overcome in past? What will you help Okay, in future. Very good. Now, in your third participation, you have to answer the questions stated previously, right? If you don't have any partner to work with, well, you can take one of any other partner and apply to your situation, all right? It says, hi, Diego. I felt nervous. Sometimes I couldn't move and started to cry. To overcome the fear of darkness, my mom bought me a small lamp that stayed on all night. To help my children not to be afraid of the dark, I put stars that glow in the dark on the walls of the rooms. Oh, it's a very good idea. All right, so as you can see, in every single answer, you have period, period, period. It's very important to be aware of the punctuation marks, right? And finally, in your last participation, you have to present a conclusion, right? Example. In this forum, I learned from my classmates some strategies to overcome different situations. There are good ideas. For example, Tanya said about how to overcome the fear of riding a bike, and so on, so on. So here what you can see is you just not learn from a book, from the platform, from your teachers. You also learn from your classmates, and it's a collaborative learning, which is very important, and not only when talking about English, but in general, right? You all the days, every single hour, you are learning something, right? Well, let's go back. All right. Well, now it's the turn of Eduardo Conde to participate, your tutor. He will tell you, he has a message for you. Let me play the video. Here we go.
Les mando un saludo a todos, agradezco mucho este espacio para poder platicar un poco con ustedes. Me gustaría invitarlos a reflexionar sobre los aprendizajes que han adquirido durante estos últimos 2 módulos. Como ya saben algunos de ustedes, este módulo 7 será el último dedicado dentro de Prepa en INEACEP para estudiar el idioma inglés. Esto significa que a partir de que hayan acreditado el módulo 7, la responsabilidad de continuar con la mejora del inglés estará exclusivamente en sus propias manos. Y es que aunque los contenidos de estos 2 módulos, que desde mi punto de vista fueron bastante oportunos para cimentar las bases gramaticales del idioma, es indiscutible que tampoco cuentan con tiempo suficiente para significar un dominio completo del idioma inglés. Me interesa conocer la importancia que tiene para ustedes el conocer el idioma. No es casualidad que en todo el mundo se estudie inglés. Esto ocurre porque actualmente es el idioma más hablado en el globo. Mucha información se produce en inglés a lo largo de todo el planeta. Saber inglés nos puede ser de mucha utilidad en nuestra vida práctica. Más que nunca estamos todos conectados a través de internet y no es difícil encontrar una oportunidad para charlar con alguien en inglés o de encontrar un video en inglés. Conocer este idioma nos puede servir para entender una película sin subtítulos o para obtener un ascenso laboral. Cuando pienso, por ejemplo, en mi propia relación con el idioma inglés, recuerdo en lo relevante que fue para mí poder leerlo durante mi formación universitaria y de posgrado, pues pude tener acceso a diversos artículos científicos que facilitaron mis investigaciones. El inglés nos es de utilidad a cada quien de manera diferente. Por estas razones les pregunto, ¿para qué les será a ustedes de utilidad el idioma inglés? Y si efectivamente lo consideran de utilidad, ¿planean seguir aprendiendo el idioma? ¿Cómo lo harían? Muchas gracias por su atención. Quedo atento al chat de la sesión para atender sus valiosos comentarios.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Eduardo. And now, well, if you have any question, it's time to interact in chat, right? With Eduardo. Any question? Hello, Rose. Okay, I think there are no questions, and well, in the meantime, let me tell you that it's been a pleasure to be your teacher. It's been a pleasure to share this time with you. I hope it was helpful for you, right? All this about English, and as Eduardo said in his video, uh, remember, it's very useful for your future life in general, I'd say. Thank you very much to everybody. We'll keep in touch, and I'll be receiving your activities during the rest of the week. See you soon, and good luck in life. Bye.